Property Matters, made better by Better Bond.
Welcome to Property Matters, where we try to equip you with as much information as possible to make the best decisions when deciding to buy a home. Now, I'm not just a property enthusiast, I'm also a homeowner, and from experience, I can tell you that buying a property is definitely not a spur-of-the-moment decision. It takes a lot of research, planning, and one of the first things you need to consider when buying a property is your finances. This is because your financial history, credit repayment habits, and current financial position will be taken under review when evaluating your bond application. Your ability to pay a decent deposit will also affect your monthly bond repayments. Carl Coetzee, the CEO of Better Bond, is here to tell us more about the crucial financial preparations. So Carl, when should a prospective home buyer start looking to get their financial matters in order? Because in my mind, it doesn't make sense to start only the week before you decide you want to buy a property.
No, you definitely can't wait until then. So my short answer would be start as soon as what you possibly can. Get into that habit of paying your financial commitments on time every month and make sure that you save every month to make sure that when you're ready to buy that home, that you have a deposit saved.
Why is it important to have a healthy credit record in order to qualify for a bond?
It's quite important because the bank is giving you quite a large amount of money. They want to make sure that you are able to service that debt and to make sure that you will pay on time. So it's important to have a good history so the bank can see that you are okay for that loan.
And then what aspects of my credit profile do the banks look at in order for me to qualify for a bond?
So they look at two things. They look at how often do you pay your financial commitments on time, and they look at your affordability. So can you afford to pay this home?
And then as a home buyer, how do I protect myself from this type of scrutiny?
So I think my advice to you would be is get pre-qualified. What that means is that we will check your credit history and we'll tell you how much you can afford. And that will give you a good view if you are ready to buy a home.
So if I skip the pre-qualification step and shoot straight to applying for a bond, but my credit record isn't 100% okay, can that be harmful?
It can be potentially harmful to you, meaning that your bond might be declined. And that means you have to then reapply later on once your credit history is in order, or you might get a higher interest rate. That higher interest rate might mean that you pay hundreds of thousands of rands extra over the period of your bond.
So tell me, if I do get declined, does that mean I can't apply for a home loan again, or is there a cooling off period?
No, that doesn't mean you can't reapply again. You need to make sure that all your commitments are in order, that your credit history is good. That might take a year, and then you can reapply.
Interest rates are always a big thing. So if I get my bond but at a higher interest rate because I've previously had a bad credit record, throughout the duration of the bond, can I go back to the bank and ask for them to relook at my interest rate?
So generally you can't, Temba, because you sign a 20-year contract with that bank and then they won't allow you to change that interest rate. If you indeed do maybe a further advance on your bond or take a second bond on your home, the bank might relook at your credit history and provide you with a better interest rate.
A deposit is something that I hear a lot of people talking about, and it's one of the most important things when looking for a house and trying to get a bond. How do I know how much of a deposit I need?
The best way to look at it is the bigger your deposit amount, the better for you, which means your bond is a little bit less and your repayments are less. In general, we look at about 10% of the value of your home you would need to have in a deposit.
Thank you, Carl. When applying for a home loan, any missed payments from the past or unresolved debt could negatively affect your credit score. Not only could this mean that your home loan is more expensive, but it could even lead to your application being rejected. So even if you're not ready to buy a home just yet, pay your accounts on time. Don't incur any unnecessary debt. Don't spend recklessly. Save money every month, specifically for a deposit. I promise you'll thank me later. Those steps will go a long way to make sure you're ready to buy your dream home.